Hello everyone!
Hi!
Welcome back to the podcast. Now, today's a little different because we are attempting audio for the second time, so...
Video. Attempting video for the second time.
Yes. So, bear with us. Hopefully the audio lines up well with the video and we get it up, but we'll let you know on Instagram if we actually get it up. But today's another Dear ESTY, answering all your questions.
Yeah, we love our Dear ESTY episodes, so this is our segment that we do once a month, typically. This month you guys are going to get two because Vegas is just 2 weeks away.
2 weeks, yeah.
Can you believe it?
2 weeks from today's our live show.
I know. It's insane. I'm so excited. But we will do another Dear ESTY in Vegas, so look out for that. And we're going to be vlogging our whole Vegas trip.
Yes, we are going to get on our YouTube grind. We've been talking about this for like over a year.
Yeah.
And we just haven't yet, but we're getting on our YouTube grind. We're figuring it out, and we will have it up ASAP.
Yes. Yeah. So let's start with our weekly favorites and weekly updates. What's your weekly favorite?
Oh my gosh, I forgot. You go first.
Okay. My weekly favorite's Kava. They just opened one like right over by Haley's house, so in Chandler. And I am so excited. I absolutely love Kava. I had it for the first time when we were in Tennessee and I have just fallen in love with it. So if you go to Kava, or if you're in Arizona, go to Kava. Or if you have one near you, go there.
I've never been, but I've heard you talk about that before.
So good. I got their Greek salad yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good. It's kind of, I think it's a Mediterranean restaurant. I think it's considered a Mediterranean restaurant, but it's so good, and they have like the freshest taste food. So,
do they have like the Kava drink there?
What's a Kava drink? They have a bunch of drinks.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well there's a drink called Kava. I learned about it because I lived in Tonga for a little bit when I was 15.
Oh.
And they drink it there. Like, it's such a fun vibe. Like, we all sit in a circle and we pass the Kava drink around and they play on the ukulele.
Wait, I don't think that it's like the same.
Okay.
But that'd be
it's
good.
so fun.
What kind of drink is it?
I think it like, what's in it? I think it like makes you feel funny, like kind of tingly.
Okay, it's drug.
I think kind of, actually.
Okay, love.
But it's a fun vibe.
That's kind of cool.
So I just always wondered if they like had the actual Kava drink.
Well, their drinks are like $5, so maybe it is something more special.
Maybe.
We could try.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
love. What's your favorite?
Okay. So my favorite is what you introduced to me, and it's the Kazu ramen.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I have been on my ramen kick. I love ramen so much.
good.
And my first time trying ramen was in Ohio for our Lewis House show that we went to last year. And I have been so obsessed since. And Alita, you showed me just down the road from here, Kazu ramen.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So
I've
good.
been back with Jason, and yes, it's a $20 bowl of ramen, but I will continue to buy it because
Worth
it's
every penny.
so good.
Love. Yeah.
Yes, that
it's
and the
one of my
mochi.
favorites.
I get that every time now too.
So good.
So yeah, what are your updates?
Let's see. I don't really have many updates at all, except for we're going on our trip this next weekend.
Is it next weekend?
Yeah.
That snuck up on me.
Yeah. So fast. It was like supposed to be like a month ago. Well, we thought it was supposed to be a month ago, but it's next weekend.
We need to sign up for classes.
Yes. I'll message you tonight and we can do that.
We'll figure it out. Okay. It's our resort getaway that our husbands got for us.
For Mother's Day, which I'm so excited.
I know.
So yeah, that's kind of like the only thing that I really have going. I'm looking for like swimsuits and things and outfits for Vegas because heaven knows I have no idea what I'm wearing.
Same.
Wait, I thought you were wearing all this stuff from the photo shoot.
Well, I think 2 of them, but I need a third outfit.
Okay.
And there's this girl I know, shout out Natalie. She is super into fashion. She always has been. Yes.
Okay.
And she recently is offering like styling services, and so I DM'd her about it, and I think I might take her up on that. But yeah, Styled by Not on Instagram, she's phenomenal. I've just always thought she's had the cutest style, and she's always just shared outfits and cute things on Instagram. But yeah, literally just like the other day, she's like, would anyone be interested if I start like offering or like closet cleanups and things like that? I'm like,
I need that right now.
Need her immediately.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to message her too because I have like literally not a clue where to start. Does she do it like based off of like your body type as well?
I would assume so. She like posted, she's like, what you do is send me Pinterest mood boards of like your vibes, send me like your size, if you want things to be like modest in certain areas, or
wow.
just like what your vibe is, just so she gets an idea, and she'll send you links for the outfit and like style them together in a collage.
Love that. We should have her on the podcast.
We should.
That'd be kind of fun. Let us know if you guys would want to hear from a personal stylist. Is that what you would consider her? Personal stylist?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
She's awesome.
Love. Let's see, what's your update?
What is my update? I swear I do this every week where I think back, I'm like, what the crap did I do? And I honestly just work. I'm getting a lot of like my makeup things ready. Hopefully I'll be able to launch everything before Vegas. It may end up being after Vegas, we'll see. And then just busy getting the Vegas merch ready. We have been busting our butts. The Dream House Agency has been helping us getting our merch. We're doing something a little different this year with some of our merch, and I'm gonna give you a little hint. We may have some embroidery, and it's really, really cute. So I'm really excited for everyone to see that in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I feel like just getting stuff done before we're out of here.
Yeah, it's sneaking up so fast. Like, yeah, there's so much to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm excited. It's going to be great. And we hope to see you all in Vegas. And come to our booth and come shop because we've got lots of things. We're actually bringing all of our merch this year to Vegas, which last year we had a few things, but then a lot of it was just like pre-order. So this year we have a better gauge on like how much we sold last year, and so now we're bringing stuff. So make sure you come to our booth. Hopefully it's like the first place you stop just before anything sells out. So yeah. Sweet. Well, should we dive in?
Let's do it. I loved your ESTYs. They're so fun.
They're my favorite. Okay, let's start with this one.
Perf.
Okay. So how do you stay clear during wedding season with makeup trials?
Honestly, just wash your face real good. When I do a full face of makeup, I triple cleanse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
no, I triple
like
cleanse.
Before or after?
After.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, unless you're getting like multiple makeup trials, then that may be different, and I would talk to an esthetician about your specific skin concerns and how you can incorporate different things. Like maybe that's a hypochlorous acid spray to have throughout the day to spray over your makeup. It just varies from person to person. Maybe there's a certain ingredient that would play well with your skin to help with the compactions in the pores with the pore clogging ingredients. So it all kind of varies. So I would message an esthetician because I can't go specific just because I don't know your skin. But honestly, if like you just have like a couple trials like here and there, like maybe 2, 3, I wouldn't be too concerned. You may get some breakouts, but just make sure you're cleansing real good, and I think you'll be okay.
Love.
What do you think?
You know much more than I do. That's what I think. Well, perfect.
Okay. How do you find a medical director?
I think a lot of it's word of mouth. At least from like my POV was asking around and just trying to create friends in the industry. A lot of medical directors actually are overseeing several different people, so it's not just you that they're overseeing. So I think you could even probably just ask on like Facebook groups or just ask people in your town, because I don't know the laws of like being a medical director if you can have one that is out of state. So I would just ask locally.
Yeah.
Because I think they have to be in your state.
I think so, because with certain like laser treatments and different things like that, the medical director has to be on site. So yeah. I would assume that they have to be in state.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, microneedling tips, nervous, or for before and after, she's nervous.
Okay. something I tell all my clients to calm their nerves is every single time someone comes in for microneedling and I start doing it, they say, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time, without a doubt. It looks so much more scary,
yeah,
especially since like that Kim Kardashian picture came out with her bloody all over the face. Honestly, with microneedling, the goal isn't to be bloody and scary. The goal is to have an even redness with some pinpoint bleeding. That's the goal. It shouldn't be anything so gory and scary. That's not the goal. That can actually do more harm than good if you are too bloody. But before, make sure you haven't had any prolonged sun exposure. If you have any sunburns or anything like that, that can affect the healing process and do more harm than good. I always say to discontinue retinols at least 3 days before. I know some people say a week. I think 3 days is fine, but that's just a personal thing. I'm blanking. You just want to baby your skin. Make sure you're wearing sunscreen every single day leading up to it. I mean, you should be anyways. And then after, you want to keep the area really clean. I say if you have babies, puppies, don't let them touch your skin. Sleep on a clean pillowcase.
No exercise or swimming.
Yep. No exercise, swimming. You just don't want to sweat. You just want to baby your skin. But it's really not bad. It just feels like a sunburn.
Yeah. Love. Okay. Next one.
Okay. Can I use the Jamrainy Luminate and Duality, one for pigment, the other for acne? I would do one or the other, just because they both have retinoids in them, and they both are really great, but I would either do maybe Duality and another pigment inhibitor, like Even Tone, Melanocheck drops, or the new Glymed one. I would do that, or I would do something like Rainy Luminate, and you could get your benzoyl peroxide from maybe Acne Med from Face Reality, or I love Glymed's benzoyl peroxide face washes and things like that. I don't know. I feel like that'd be a little too much doing it together personally.
Could you do it like every other night? Would that be like an option?
Yeah, I think you could do that.
Okay.
I think that would be fine.
Slay.
Okay. How do we schedule one-on-one hair scan trainings with you? How has hair scans helped you as an esthetician?
Love. Okay, so to schedule the one-on-one hair scan trainings with me, you just either email me or DM me. I only have a couple spots left. Actually, I think I'll open up a couple more for the end of the year. So I essentially can either come to you or you can come to me. Depending on like what weekend it is and what the travel cost is, it may just be more effective for us to go one way or the other, because I do charge for travel. But the one-on-one hair scan trainings, just email me or DM me, either one. And the hair scan has helped me tremendously as an esthetician. Like, I know that I'm a good esthetician, but I feel like hair scans have helped me to be a great esthetician, because I am more confident in treating inflammation internally than I am externally. And I know that might sound weird for some people, but it makes more sense in my head on how to treat it internally than it does to treat externally. So I, like, when it comes to topical aesthetics, I feel like I've been able to help clear skin and help do everything in that way. But I've also been able to do it solely just with health coaching. And so I feel like the hair scan has really been like that medium for me in order to provide those results for people. And I just feel so much more confident as an esthetician being able to provide the hair scans, because I know that if my skills topically aren't doing enough, then hopefully internally can make up the difference.
I love it.
Thanks.
Great information. You also can book Matcha with Alita calls too if you want more information on her one-on-ones, because her calls are priceless.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet.
A little plug.
I just love you. Thank you. Okay, do you have an Aura ring? If so, do you like it?
Yes, we do. If you're watching the video, we're flexing our rings.
She has gold, I have silver. I wish I would have done gold. Unfortunately, I think I'm a gold person, but my wedding ring is silver. And that's the most expensive jewelry that I own. So I'm in a pickle here because I can't get a new ring. So I feel like I have to mix metals in order for like balance. Anyways, let's talk about the Aura ring.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I'm actually the same. My wedding ring is silver, but I've just decided I'm going to start mixing metals. So I have a permanent gold bracelet, but I'm going to get a permanent silver.
Love.
I'm just going to mix.
I think it's like the thing to do now.
It's cute.
It is cute.
Our hydrofacial rep came in. Have you seen her bracelet?
No.
She has a bracelet. It's a chain. Half of the chain is silver and the other half is gold.
That's the way to do it.
So cute.
That is the way.
Anyways, we love Aura rings.
Yes.
Alita is actually the one who got me on the Aura ring. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so as you guys know, I have 2 kids, and as of right now, we're done having kids, and so I think I did birth control for probably like 2 or 3 months when I first got married, and I just didn't love it, and I didn't really honestly like trust it. I don't know, I just didn't feel great on it, so I decided to not do it. But after we had our second baby, I just decided like I'm not going to get on birth control. I like feeling like I have full control over my body, and the Aura ring had like really just popped off at that time, and so I decided to get one, and I have actually loved it. Like TMI, but like we haven't had any scares since, because it's so accurate that like I know when is safe and when is not, because as for me so far, I haven't struggled with infertility yet, and so I know how my body gets pregnant. So this honestly, okay, we're trying to figure out the whole camera situation as we go, so it's great. Okay, next question.
What is the hardest thing about owning your business?
I think like there's several moving parts to this question. I feel like at least for myself, like personally, from a personal standpoint, it is like being, I don't know, I'm so grateful for my business. I'm so grateful for how it has worked out. But my end goal and dream is always like to be a homesteading housewife mom. And I feel like the more that I dive deeper into business, the more I'm pushed out of that role that I want to be as a mom. And so it's something that I am just kind of trying to work through internally. So from a personal standpoint, that's like been my biggest struggle. But from the business standpoint, it is, I think, just trying to learn how to manage different personality types, and trying not to just be like easygoing. I feel like I have a very easygoing personality, and not that I've ever like been taken advantage of by my employees, but it's hard to not want to just like please everyone, you know, and it's hard to put your foot down sometimes when you become very friendly with your employees at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. And also, like, you are so young, and so you're so successful at such a young age, and so having employees that are close in age too, I feel like that would be difficult, because it's like, no, we're friends, like we're having a good time hanging out, but you like have to create that barrier of like, I'm still your boss, you're working for me, like yes, it's fun, we're hanging out, but like
it's easy to be friends. I feel like with different personality types, but it's another thing to know like what motivates someone, like because what motivates you may not be what motivates your coworker, and so it's like trying to figure out like how do I get to you, and how do I help you feel like successful and loved and wanted, and like be like successful in your career, you know? And it is like a lot of pressure being, I'm just like the provider in that sense for these people, because I don't take it lightly that it's their livelihood and it's how they're providing for their families and trying to grow their own lives, because at the same time I'm trying to do it myself. And so it's a lot of pressure in different ways, but I'm just such an emotional person that I think that's been like my hardest part, is trying to take the emotions out of it. Because you, as a business owner, you can't have many emotions. It's funny because I was just talking to some of the girls the other day, and I'm like, friend to friend, yes, I care if you like me. Boss to like provider, I can't. I can't care if you like me. As long as you respect me enough to show up to work and to do your job and do it the way that I've asked you to, that's all I can expect out of you. And whether or not you like me as a boss, I can't care, because if I care too much, then I'm never going to sleep at night, because there's 10 of you.
So, you have a big team.
So that's it. It's hard in that aspect, just to be less emotional.
Totally.
But
Love it. Good answer.
Thanks. What's your morning routine?
Guys, my morning routine has like gone out the door. I used to be so good about my morning routine. I used to be so good about getting a workout in every morning, eating breakfast first thing in the morning. If I'm being real now, I've been struggling lately waking up. My circadian rhythm is like shot. I've been going to bed at an average of like 1 p.m. every night.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Wait, like 1 a.m.?
Or
Yeah. I'm like, it makes sense.
Yes.
It's 1 p.m. to me, too.
1 a.m. I've been averaging 1 a.m. because I've been watching a show that I'm super into, which has been good.
What is it?
I've been watching Suits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super good, but also I'm like, I need sleep. It's been like a month that I've been like this. So honestly, like I've been really struggling in the mornings, but I do try to get my bone broth in every morning. That's
Good.
one good thing I do. I get my bone broth and I eat breakfast first thing in the morning. And if I have time for a workout, I will, but I have not been as consistent. So honestly, my routine is like not extensive at all. I will be working on that though.
Okay.
What's your morning routine?
Oh gosh, it hasn't been phenomenal lately. But my kids typically wake me up at some point, like 5:30 or 6. My kids wake me up, and then we make breakfast first thing, and we try to get outside, but it's getting so hot so early that it's like not fun to go outside anymore. But we just get ready after breakfast and we go to the gym, and then I typically go to like Steadfast or a coffee shop, or I go to work.
Fun.
So that's kind of our morning routine. I really liked it. Just, it's really chill Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So yeah,
I like it.
it's nothing too wellnessy right now. I'm working on it again. But when I did 75 hard, that I feel like was the best my morning routine had ever been.
Oh my gosh, that's right. You did do that. Discipline.
Yeah, I need more discipline in my life.
Okay, next question. How do you create boundaries with clients when they treat you as their therapist?
Love this question. Well, what do you do?
I've actually never really had to face this, so I am curious what you have.
Okay, so with my personality, I actually talked to my therapist about this because with my personality, I feel like if you vent to me about something, I really absorb it. Like I'm an absorber of energy, you know? And so it was really tricky, I think, taking some clients who just have like heavier lives, like just, it's always something, it's always heavy. And so my therapist was telling me like there's a way that you can validate, and okay, it's mainly with hair scans that this happens, because people, when they come talk to me about hair scans, it's like, I am sick, I am this, I have this. And so I'm trying to not like repeat what they're saying, but it's hard to not take that upon myself, like what they have, or like what's going on. And so I think that it's a lot of it is like the way that you word your response to what they're saying, like in more of like a validating way of like, I'm so sorry you're going through that, or like helping them find a solution for whatever it is. I think it takes the emotional pressure off of you. But I think just realizing like not every client's like that too, and it's a part of the job, I'm gonna say, in a sense. But you could also really deviate the conversation if someone's talking, like, I never want to hear like nasty gossip in the treatment room. Like if a client comes in and they have this whole thing to say, and especially if it's about someone that I know, I like prefer not to know things.
Well,
about
it creates
people.
such uncomfortable energy.
Yes, and I never want people to think that like I am a safe space for that kind of conversation.
Right.
And so like I typically just stay very neutral in a conversation of like, I'm sorry that happened, but that doesn't really sound like their character, or I'm sorry that happened. People like that are really hard to deal with sometimes, but just kind of like closing it, you know,
like not feeding into it,
not asking more questions, but just like trying to change the conversation of like, so do you have any other summer plans, or like, I'm sorry that happened, is there anything else like that you're looking forward to this summer, or anything else going well at work that's not whatever this person, you know what I mean?
That's really good advice.
Trying to just deviate the conversation.
I feel like that's like all you really can do, unless you like want to have a conversation with them.
Yeah, unless if you want to feed it, you just need to shut it down pretty fast.
Yeah.
Okay, have either of you used the Bi-Re Peel on an active acne client, especially on face reality routine? I've heard from a few esties that some people flare up more from being off of their actives.
There's been controversy with Bi-Re Peel.
Yeah.
I feel like people love it or hate it.
Yeah. I had a phase of loving it, and then I had a few months of like, why isn't it working? But now I recently, okay, this sounds so dumb, but in the beginning, I'm being really truthful here, okay, guys? In the beginning, I didn't buy like their whole system setup of like the spritzy, the mask, all the things. Like, because I was told from other estheticians that wasn't necessarily necessary, that you just needed some sort of physical or chemical exfoliation prior to the peel, and then the peel would work. But one of my employees, Rachel, was like, hey, can we actually get this? I don't feel like I'm getting as great of results as I was when I had the whole system. So I recently just repurchased the system. So I'm hoping that the results become better, because the people who have had the best results are using the full system. Mm-hmm. So I think that maybe that's like why people are having such different opinions on it. But with face reality clients, I don't ever do the Bi-Re Peel on someone who's on a boot camp personally, because that's how.
Because it's not the protocol.
Yeah, we don't do it in our boot camp, so I don't have experience with that. But what about you?
I have done the Bi-Re Peel on active acne clients, and I've seen great clearing.
Oh, love.
Yeah, I like the Bi-Re Peel, but I think it just there's so many factors that go into why I would choose something for someone, but I have seen results with the Bi-Re Peel.
Yeah, love.
Okay. How do you fall back in love with aesthetics after working for horrible people for 4 years, stuck in a non-compete, and creating burnout in you? I love what I do, but just feel stuck and not a great mind space now that I'm actually out from under those people. Well, I feel for you. That is like emotionally exhausting, especially when you love something. I can relate in the fact that I got burnout doing makeup. That's why I didn't do it at all last year. I completely took a step back from it. So I think creating your own boundaries, that's what I did. I decided I'm not traveling for makeup. If that doesn't work out for someone, then that's okay. I'm just not traveling right now. Another boundary. What are my other boundaries? I created just other boundaries to make sure I wasn't getting burnt out. And so I think just creating those boundaries for yourself, whatever that may be, whether, is she wanting to start her own business?
Nope. She just said she loves what she does, but isn't in a really great like headspace to continue.
I think going back to the basics too, getting back into education, at least I'm that way too. Once I start re-educating myself, listening to podcasts, it is re-inspiring to me and gets me excited. Taking webinars, and I think just going back to why you fell in love with it in the first place.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think depending too on like where you live, non-competes like really can't be enforceable, but I think that even trying something new, like if there's a part of aesthetics that you love and you feel like you really can't, like if non-compete is really active in your state, then sure, like try to find something else, go somewhere else that is like within the boundary of parameters, because they can't say that you can't work anywhere.
Yeah, because I thought non-competes technically weren't legit.
Yeah. Or you could fight it, which is pretty easy, but a lot of people like don't keep that big of tabs. As long as you're not like actively poaching clients, like you should be fine. But I think that there's so many other types of things that you can do in the aesthetics field. So like you could start doing brows, you could start doing lashes, you could start doing waxing, you could do sugaring, you could do facials, you could do like, there's so many types of different like realms in the aesthetics field that you could create another passion within the industry. But truthfully, like I don't feel like non-competes can, I don't feel like it should be able to dictate the rest of your career at all. Like that's not the point of them. It's not to make it so you can never practice again. So I would look into the contract and see like what the parameter is, because they can't make it like the entire state. So
Yeah, is that even
I don't
legal?
even think you can make it past like 10 or 15 miles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm sorry that that's happening. I would just, yeah, like Rachel said, continue education, because that's always like what lights me up, is like reminding myself why I'm so passionate about it.
Yeah. Go to IECSC, take some classes.
Yes.
The energy is so fun. Everyone is there with similar interests, and everyone at IECSC is so nice. Like, we're all there to learn and grow from listening to each other, and so I think making friends and getting more positive experiences with people in the industry, since you've only had those negative, well, what it sounds like, those negative experiences.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, what is your 5-year plan, personal and career-wise?
Wow. Okay, my personal 5-year plan is to move. I have a really big goal to move and start our little homestead. That is like my number one goal personally, and just, I don't know, continue to nurture and love with my marriage and kids, and just be content with my life. I feel like it's easy to always go for like what's next, and so I think just absorbing the season that I'm in and trying to just be the best wife, business owner, mom that I can possibly be. Career-wise, just make it to 5 years with Flourish would be great. Make it there. I have a lot of personal, like, business ideas that I'm hoping can come into fruition within that time frame. But they're like very extensive projects. So
exciting.
So we'll see how those go. But what's yours?
Personal, I would love to grow my family. No kids yet. I'm kind of thinking I would love to have kids sometime in the next couple of years. I want to grow my family. I would love to get our own space. Get a home. I want another doggy. I'm dog obsessed. If you know me, you know that. Like, my dog is my literal child. I would do anything for her. And so I feel like that's just the biggest thing right now is, like, I'm so happy where my career is right now. I love where I work, and now I'm starting to launch my makeup again, and I'm offering more services. Haley's helping me. And so I think for the business side of things, I would love to get going more with makeup, because I feel good about where I'm at with esthetician things. I love where I'm working. It's so fun. But I would love to do more with makeup. I have a bunch of ideas too that I would love to do career-wise with that I'm hoping I'll be able to accomplish in the next 5 years. So I would probably just say that. Yeah, grow in my career.
Love. Okay. Is my turn or your turn?
I think you.
Okay, any tips for vitiligo?
I've never worked with someone with vitiligo. I honestly need to do more research on it to know, to have a better answer. I think it's beautiful. I know that there are lasers out there. I want to say Aerolase has one for vitiligo.
You can treat people with vitiligo, but it's not like a cure to vitiligo.
Okay. What would you say?
So vitiligo, from what I know about it, it's an autoimmune disease that typically happens before or around the age of 20. And so with a lot of autoimmune diseases, they stem from inflammation. So as long as you can really prevent inflammation, like internal inflammation, it does help to prevent continuing vitiligo. And a lot of times I've seen it come from deficiencies of B vitamins especially. But
interesting.
Like beyond that, I don't know a ton of like reversing or anything, if that's even like a possibility for vitiligo. We're not focused on the camera. There we go. Okay. So Yeah, I'm not like an expert in vitiligo. I have a few clients who have vitiligo, but none that I'm like curing per se.
Yeah, because I've heard it's tricky.
Yeah, for sure. And like there's so many other factors too that come into it, because a lot of it is genetic, of just like your immune system and where you start.
Yeah.
But then how it manifests can also just be triggered by things like sun exposure and other kind of skin traumas. So yeah, I would say treat it like typical autoimmune diseases or disorders, and treat the root cause, which would be like the inflammation side of it.
Love.
Yeah.
What do you think the best option is for working right out of esthetician school? I think it's great to work outside of esthetician school.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great to get that experience and learn from people who have been in the industry.
I agree. Yeah, I would say work for someone, and like don't be afraid to start at like, I don't know, in any facet. I don't think you have to like solely have a goal to only work in a med spa that only does like aggressive laser treatments. I think you can really try to be open to doing like waxing or doing brows or any kind of other
dip your toes in
everything.
everything.
Other kind of service. I think that just trying to figure out what you like the best, and if, like the more opportunity that you have to do different treatments, the better.
Yeah, I've heard a really common thing of, I feel like a lot of people go to ESTY school wanting to do like skin revision because it's so life-changing, and it is such a rewarding thing to do working with those people. But I know several estheticians that went into school with that goal and ended up doing something completely different, and you just never know until you try.
Totally. Okay, let's see.
What are your personal have products?
What does that mean?
I think like maybe our routine is what I guess. Like, what do we do? Like, what are
like
our
must-have
what are our
products?
must-haves?
Okay. For me, it's a brightening serum. My personal favorite is Even Tone. A retinol, so I use Alpharet, and a sunscreen. Those are like my 3 ride or dies. Other products I don't like truthfully always use every single day, but those are like the ones that I can't live without. Oh, for sure also moisturizer, because I'm the Sahara. So like Trio or Trio Luxe, or just really, I'm not picky with moisturizers, but I do love Trio.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I would say also a retinoid. I love Alpharet. It's so good. I also love Jan's retinoids. So for sure retinoid, I will always have one. And then what else do I always have? Oh, I always have vitamin C. I really like Skin Better's Alto, and I also really like Is Clinical's Pro Heal. That one is great. And sunscreen. Those are the 3 I always have.
And a lippy. I love a good lip gloss.
Oh, I have to. I'm a chronic lip picker.
Yeah, we just got so many more Anfisas in. We have like probably 30 of them.
Yummy.
Love.
So
That's been
good.
like my staple lately. Can't leave the house without it.
Love. I also like Cell Balm on the lips.
Ooh, yes.
Like Aquaphor, but better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how to introduce the benzoyl peroxide 2.5 cream once a day, week, an hour a day, kissy kissy. I think that 2.5 is pretty mild. So like with Face Reality, they do the timed method, like where you could leave it on for like 15 minutes and then 30 minutes and then an hour, and like you just progressively bump it up with time, like really like depending on the client's comfort level. So that's probably the best way that I would recommend doing it personally. But what do you think?
I think that's smart. I also think it depends on the formula.
Yes, that is very true.
Some are meant to be spot treatments, some are meant to be put all over. So I'd be curious what it is, because I think like Giammarini's Duality, that's 10% benzoyl peroxide in it, and I don't experience irritation at all, and I can use it daily. So I think it depends too.
Perfect.
Okay. Favorite way to save and store client before and afters just so they're not all jumbled in camera roll. I think we all can relate with that.
Absolutely. I would say either make a shared album or just like a separate album for them, or if your booking software allows you to save it on there in like a soap file or soap notes or whatever, you can do that as well. I know Vagaro has one. I think Square has one. Don't they have like a place that you can upload?
Yeah, I use Square at Revive, and every client I say, can I take a picture for your file? Take a picture, put it in immediately, so every time they come in, you just click on their name and it'll be under their file, so it's really easy to track progress.
Love. I think we're switching back to Square.
Really?
Yeah, like Vagaro's fine, but I'm having some beef with it, so I think we're switching back.
Yeah.
And it's just like so much more iPhone cute.
Square is really user friendly.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Vagaro is Android, Square is iPhone. That is how it is.
Yeah. And also if you have Jotform too, I know a lot of estheticians use Jotform on like their iPads to have clients fill out forms. On Jotform, you are also able to insert pictures. So when I have clients come in for like chemical peels and things like that, I always put their pictures in their Jotform as well so I can track progress, because if you're charting anyways, you might as well just throw their picture in.
Perfect. What's the process like to open a storefront? Hard. Oh my gosh. Rachel knows. She was with me pretty much the entire time. It took me 18 months to find my space. Hundreds of hours worth of searching and inquiring and meeting with the bank, meeting with realtors, meeting, like, holy crud. It was so freaking hard. But if you are local, which I know she is, message me and I'll send you my realtor's number, because she was phenomenal and I know she's helped a couple of people get their spaces. But the space, like finding one, until we found this one, guys, was so hard. This space should have been the hardest one of all of them, because it's 3 times larger than all of the other ones that I looked at. It was a shell. It had been empty for a long time. The price of it as well was just like harder to get approved for. Like literally everything about this space was supposed to be freaking a disaster and so hard. But compared to all the other places that I looked at that were not nearly as awesome as this one, it was so much harder of a process for some reason. So maybe it was just like the heat of the market during that time, but there was literally nothing available, because all of the like a lot, or I guess I know this is happening across the US right now, but a lot of banks are buying, or companies too, are just buying shell spaces or just buying like empty real estate, and they're using it for e-commerce or just like online stores, because legally, like to have a business you have to have like an address linked to it. And for a lot of these like larger businesses or insurance companies, even if everyone works remote, they have to have a physical mailing address. And so they'll buy this space, and so anyways, it makes it so much harder to obtain one.
Yeah.
But long story short, I feel like it is worth it, but it will be like absolute chaos. And everyone that I've talked to, I think, can mutually just say it's not an easy process, and it's a long awaited time. I think like you just have to be patient, because if you want the perfect space, which again, I was extremely picky though, so maybe that's maybe I'm the problem, because other people's experiences may not be as tasking.
But you had a vision, and to create your vision, it just took time. And so worth it, because it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it was worth the wait, but I wouldn't like just settle for something unless if you're absolutely obsessed with it. That's like my piece of advice. And location is everything.
I would agree. Yeah. You're signing a lease, whatever you sign to, you're stuck for years, so you want to like it.
Yeah, for sure.
Did camera die again?
Nope. We're still rolling. Yay! I just have to like remind her that she's like at work, you know?
Yeah, it's like
she's a sleepy girl.
Come on. Okay. Any other tips on that?
No. message me. That's all. Just message me if you want more.
Okay. I don't know how to figure out how much exfoliation / hydration is needed, overwhelmed by number of products. Okay. I am such a firm believer that you do not need a lot of products in a routine. Simple routines are the way to go. I think it's so overwhelming with TikToks, skin influencers. It can feel like so much because it's like, well, what about this product? And like, I'm sure even watching like esthetician stories, like I'm sure like if you follow me and you see all the products I post, it probably seems like a lot. And that's why I always recommend consultations to customize what's going to be good for your skin. I always recommend having at least one active ingredient that's targeting your concerns and a hydrator. And if that's not enough, we can always tweak things. And that's what I tell my clients. But honestly, keep it simple. Have a good cleanser. Have good active. Good moisturizer. Sunscreen.
I agree. And for most people, they find that less is more.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. Best protocol to put a client on when dealing with fungal acne. I feel like my favorite product for fungal acne is Mandelic personally, but from a gut standpoint, have them eliminate as much like processed sugars and gluten as possible, because that feeds the fungus that's in their gut that's creating that. So that's what I've noticed is best case scenario.
Yeah, and it tends to be more prominent in the summertime too, with all the sweating and the heat. And so yeah, I agree. Mandelic is really great, but again, it also depends. Make sure you're hydrating your skin, and wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
And wash your face after, like, you work out, you go in the sauna. Just make sure you're washing your face after because you're going to be sweating.
Yes.
Okay. Best retinol for sensitive skin. I've had an ESTY tell me not to. And then in parentheses, she said, I'm a ginger.
Alpharet.
Yeah.
Personally.
So an ESTY told her not to do it because she's sensitive?
Because she's a ginger.
No, you can use a retinol. There's gentle retinoids. Like, honestly, Alpha-Ret is not crazy at all. It packs a punch, but it doesn't feel too irritating. And if that feels like too much, you can always try Gemrini's. Hers are, I feel like Gemrini's and Skin Better's are actually pretty comparable. And then also Glymed has a it's an encapsulated retinol, so it's a time release, so it's not all bam at once hitting your skin. Throughout the course of the next couple of hours, the retinoid's going to be releasing into the skin, and so it doesn't feel as irritating. So maybe a Glymed one could be a good option for you if you truly are super sensitive.
Love. Okay, this one is just requesting a part 2 with Haley, our social media manager. So Haley, come back on. You're needed.
Maybe we could do it in Vegas at the Airbnb, because you guys, you're in for a treat. Haley will be coming with us to Vegas. We're all staying in an Airbnb together with our husbands. It's going to be so much fun. And she's going to be working the booth, so you guys can meet her, because I know so many of you love her.
Love.
Okay. Just graduated ESTY school. Feel like I didn't learn much. Any tips on studying for state exam?
Depending on your state, look up Quizlet. I feel like Quizlet always has so many because we all, I feel like, learn the same way apparently, and use like a Quizlet type of app. At least here in Arizona, there actually was an app that was like an Arizona State Board prep app.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it was literally all of the exact same questions that were on the state board.
I had no idea that was
I paid like $5 for it. And
wow. Quizlet. I honestly and truly swear that I passed my state board because of Quizlet, because the questions they asked were absolutely ridiculous that like I didn't even learn in school. And so honestly, memorize the Quizlet and you'll be good. But for just like in general continuing education, listen to podcasts, do webinars, and I'm seeing more and more estheticians come out with courses, and I think that's phenomenal and really cool that we have so much education at our fingertips.
Agreed.
Okay.
Have y'all tried the new Glymed pigment product? What are our thoughts? Does it help with PIE?
I have not tried it, but I'm dying to get my hands on it. I looked into the formula and I'm actually like mind blown. It looks
really
phenomenal.
I need to try
phenomenal. Let me pull up the ingredient list really quick because
what's it called?
I think it's called, it's not the Radiant Serum, that's their Mandelic Serum. The Brilliant Serum or something like that.
Okay.
I seriously, the ingredients, I love it so much. I've never tried it. I really want to, so we'll see what happens when I actually try it. But I was really impressed by the ingredient list because it has both brighteners and lighteners, and as we know, brighteners and lighteners are very different.
It's $200.
No, is it? Oh, I did not know it was that much money.
Oh wait, hold on. Maybe am I on?
Oh, mine.
No, I was on retail. It's $100.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay, ready? Aloe vera. Arbutin, great. It has kojic acid, another great lightener. Vitamin C, lactic acid, magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, another form of vitamin C. Niacinamide. Let's see. Did I miss any? I think I hit all the main ones, but that's incredible. That is like 4 big lighteners and brighteners that are in a lot of tyrosinase inhibiting products on the market. And I just love that this combines a bunch of different ones into one formula. I'm impressed by it.
I just ordered a bunch of them, so we can try it this weekend when we're together.
Perfect.
Wait, I'm excited. I love a good brightening product, and I haven't yet tried it, so I just bought a bunch of them, and they're on the way.
Perfect.
Love. Okay, next one.
Okay. Oops, I keep getting logged out. Oh, this is our last one. Who's your favorite person to buy esthetician shirts from?
The Skin Club podcast has some great ones, actually.
I heard, yeah. There's this like company, Skin Club podcast, I guess.
Yeah.
They just launched a really cute summer collection.
Yeah. No, it's like definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Or like traveling to Vegas for. Like, one may argue that it's worth the entire trip to Vegas.
Yeah. Which can I actually maybe I shouldn't say it.
What?
It's so nice to those of you who have messaged us like asking us when we're gonna be in Vegas, what days we're gonna be in Vegas, because like you're planning your trip around us. Like
makes you cry.
It makes
That's
me
so sweet.
So emo, and like I probably will be sobbing when I see you guys. So
like last year was phenomenal. Like it could not have gone any better, and that was our first year, and we were like super just like oblivious to like how many people actually listen to the podcast, and it like blew us away to just finally see everyone in person, because up until that point we had already done it for like a year and a half, and just we had never met our audience before, so at least like in person. So we are so excited to see you guys in 2 weeks. It's gonna be amazing.
I can't believe it.
Oh, but message us if you guys have any questions about Vegas, and we will see you guys there, and it's gonna be the freaking best time ever, and hopefully we can all like meet up together at like a casino or a restaurant or something and get to meet you guys even more this year.
Yes. Sounds good. Thank you for listening. We would love it if you left us a nice review, 5 stars, all those things. It really helps us. But yeah, thanks for listening, and feel free to start submitting more questions that you want us to answer in Vegas when we do our live show on the studio stage. And yeah, anything else to add?
No, but we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye guys.